Okay, so let's just check. Let me confirm if it's all working. I'm going to check on Facebook and check on YouTube to see if everything is working fine. So I'm checking on Facebook and checking on YouTube. Sorry, I still find it hard to understand how the mic system works. Okay, so it's showing here that I'm live on Facebook. Let's test that. Okay, good. Facebook is live. Yeah, Facebook is live. Let's check YouTube as well. Um, so we are checking YouTube as well. Okay. I think YouTube is also live. So we are live on both. We are live on both Facebook and YouTube. Comment below if you're on Instagram. Okay. Okay, we are good to go. We are good to go. The screen sharing is working. So if you are on Facebook and you are on Instagram, is on my profile. Okay, so let's see. How do we get it? Get the link out to people. Let's get the link to the class out to people. That's why I encourage you to subscribe. I want you to subscribe. Audio is only available on YouTube. Okay. Uh, let's get that ready. Okay. Getting everyone in the class as soon as possible. I still have to find a way to make sure that I am able to send the link ahead of the class, set up the link ahead so that everybody can join. So I would advise you to actually get on Facebook and get on get on YouTube. Those are the two places where the class is actually holding right now. Okay, so I don't want us to waste too much time explaining and talking. It's 21:18, and I said we should start at 21:20. That's just 20 minutes to 20 minutes after 9. So let's just start at that. I'm just giving 2 minutes for as much people to join as possible. I'm going to check now to see if everybody has joined the class. Let's see. Let's see if everyone is in the class. Okay, so I'm trying to see if as much people are already in the class so that it will be a little bit hard. So if you're in the class, just okay. I'm not seeing anybody yet. Let's see YouTube. Let's check YouTube. I'm not seeing anybody yet. I have two watching now. So you have to confirm that you are already seeing the class or you are watching the class. So just leave a comment, an emoji, anything, just for me to know that okay, I have people here that are attentive and are watching the class. I would like you to also make sure that you yeah, thank you. I'm seeing that YouTube is gone, Instagram is gone. So um, I'm seeing that no one is on Instagram anymore. So I would like you to just leave a comment on the post. If you are here, please leave a comment so that I will know that you are here as quickly as possible so that we can get started. This is 21:19. So once it's 21:20, exactly 9:20, we are going to start the class. Still waiting. It's 5 minutes in already. I don't want to waste too much time, adding too much time for people that will be watching the replay as well of the class. So do we have everyone in? Let's see. Okay, sorry. I'm still yet to let me just let me just drop the link in these groups. Oh, come on. Uh, so this class today is going to be a little bit long, probably, because we would have to actually talk about building a. Our focus will be on. Let me see. Let's see. Are we still okay? We are still sharing just that one screen. I'm trying to make sure that we don't over. Audio is only available on YouTube or Facebook. Okay, good. We can't hear you. You won't. Um, please migrate to Facebook or YouTube. That is where the class is holding. YouTube, Facebook. That is where the class is holding. So if you are on, I'm still waiting for WhatsApp to load and the email system to load so that I can send the link out to everyone who is interested in participating in the class. But WhatsApp is a little bit terrible tonight, so we still have to we still have to figure out how things will work. Let me just try a different tactic, a different strategy. Okay, so we're going to try a different strategy. So if you have not registered for the class and somehow you got access to the link, WhatsApp is doing a lot of terrible activity tonight. WhatsApp is doing a lot of terrible activity tonight. Okay. What other group is that? So if you want to make sure that you get notified about the class ahead, try to make sure that you subscribe on YouTube or you are following on Facebook. Those are the two things you can do actually to ensure that you get notified about the class ahead, so that you don't miss the class when the class starts. Then you can find the link. There's a form that I give out. It's on my Instagram. It's on my YouTube. It's everywhere. The form is everywhere. The link to the form is everywhere. You can find it, or you can just find my recent post on Instagram. Comment FCAC under the post, and I'll send you the link myself. So if you find my recent pinned video on Instagram, the most recent one, type in the word FCAC under it, and I'm going to send you the link where you are going to join the waiting room for the class. So that is where I actually send the link first for everyone who is joining the class. So I guess this is 21, 22. That's 2 minutes past the time we intended to start. So let's just get into it. I don't want to waste any more time. Whoever joins the class along, just make sure that you leave an emoji, leave a comment so that I will know that okay, everyone is following in the class. So let's get started. So the first thing we'd have to actually take care of is client acquisition for newbie freelancers. Our aim is to make sure that the class is focused. We are not focused on getting skills in this class. When it comes to acquiring a digital skill, whether it is copywriting, whether it is marketing, whether it is web design, whether it is graphic design, this class is not about that. There are many materials out there that teaches you how to actually get any of these skills. There are free materials, there are paid materials across the board. If you need me to recommend some for you that you can take, no problem. All you have to do is just reach out to me, send a DM, and I'll recommend courses that you can pay for. But if you want courses that is free as well, there are some I would have. If it depends, if it's in marketing, I think I still have some in marketing, some basic marketing courses that are free. But if you're looking for paid courses, I can also refer you to some that are very okay that I have taken as well and that I loved. So as far as skills, getting skills are concerned, this class is not for it. This class is more about client acquisition for people who already have a digital skill they are offering. So if you're somebody who is getting only 100,000, 400,000 a month, and you are looking towards getting into $500, which is about $500 is about now is about 600, 700,000 or so. That is above 700,000 to $1,000 a month, which is about 1.5 million, 1.6 million a month. This class is absolutely for you. Everything we are going to be taking in the class, make sure that you follow it carefully so that you understand the whole thing. So leave an emoji if you are here at any point in time. Just leave an emoji, leave a comment so that I know that I have more than two people watching the class at the moment. I have two people on YouTube. How many people do I have on Facebook? Okay, there's no way for me to check on Facebook. I don't think there's a way for you to confirm how many people are available on Facebook. So, but on YouTube we have two people. So let's just get started. I think we have enough. We have more than enough people here. Once we have one person in the class, I'm good to go. All I need is just for one person to get to $1,000, and I'm good. I'm happy. I see the class as a success. So let's just start today. The last week we talked about we introduced ourselves into the freelance marketplace. We talked about the demand and supply. If you've not seen the previous video, I'd advise you to go and check it, because if you miss a step, it's going to be actually hard for you to actually keep up. So you have to make sure you watch the previous videos then before you move to the next one. So the previous video is available on YouTube. I have I think I still have the recording out on Facebook, but it's only out for a limited period of time. We are not going to be leaving it out once the class is ended. I'm going to be holding the class for about 3 to 6 months. That's about 6 to 12 weeks. Oh, sorry, 2 to 4 months. So once the classes are ended, I'm going to take all the videos offline, and they are going to only be accessible through a course. So you have to pay for it. You have to pay about 50, 100,000 naira for it to access the classes. So whoever is participating in the class, make sure that whatever you are learning, you are practicing it as easily or as quickly as possible. Because once the class is gone or once the class is no longer available, you actually lose access to this knowledge. So today we are talking about building a professional portfolio on platforms, building a professional portfolio as a freelancer. Sorry. So that's what we are talking about today. And we are going to talk about, we're going to only cite three things today. We're going to make the class very fast. We're going to be talking about creating a standard portfolio or standout portfolio, sorry. Where we'll discuss how to create a standard portfolio that showcases your skill. They will focus on the relevance of your portfolio, so it will be highlighting the relevant work and results within the portfolio to match client needs, and the importance of reviews and testimonials. Those are not big deals today, but we'll just like touch on those ones. Then we talk about building a website to showcase your portfolio, discussing and teaching how to build simple WordPress and Webflow websites for portfolio showcase. But I will not be teaching you the total aspect of setting up your own WordPress or setting up your own Webflow website. I'm not going to be doing that in this class. That one will be a different class entirely if you are going to hold that. But I think the idea we are going to be sharing here is about building a professional portfolio. So I want to be sure that we have everyone in the class. We still have two people on YouTube watching. WhatsApp is still delaying. Okay. Okay. So let me just leave a comment out on the WhatsApp group so everybody knows. Okay, leaving a comment. Leaving a comment. I think WhatsApp is a little bit bad tonight for those people that use mobile devices. Shit. There's a particular group that I'm adding stuff to because of one of the admin of the group. The admin of the group actually begged me to make sure that the link is available in their group. But the most important thing is that you have a digital skill and you want to get clients. So let's just go straight into it. We're talking about creating a standard portfolio, a focus on the relevance of your portfolio, and building a website to showcase your portfolio. So let's start first with creating a standout portfolio. So should I just let's first start with the importance of your portfolio. Why is your portfolio important, or how to create a portfolio that stands out? Now the first thing is try to find out what a typical client wants. That's the first step you actually have to take. You have to find out what a typical client wants to buy and create a portfolio to match it. There's a difference between what you are offering or the services you are selling and what a typical client wants to buy. Those are very big. They are very big. They are very big. How do you call it? There's a big discrepancy between what you are selling and what a typical client wants to buy. And this actually is a lesson that I had to learn the hard way. And I hope that everybody who participates in the class doesn't have to learn the lesson the hard way as well. There's a big discrepancy between what a typical client wants to buy and what you're actually selling. So I offer web content writing, I offer web copywriting, I offer client acquisition through content, and I offer content marketing services. Those are the services I offer across the board. Now, the first step is try to find out what a typical client wants to buy and create a portfolio to match it. Then these are the things I offer, but that's not what a typical client wants to buy. I think that's one of those things that copywriting and being a marketer actually taught me. Clients actually buy a product for a different reason than you just selling. You say, okay, you're a web content writer, you're a web copywriter, but the client wants to buy something different from web copywriting or web content writing. So if you are a web content writer or web copywriter, as a freelancer, you need to learn to sell what the client wants to buy, not just copywriting services. So you have to try to find out what a typical person, that's the next step. Try to find out what a typical person offering your services shares in their portfolio, and try to create a better portfolio or want to match it, which means you need to join a kind of community. You need to find a community of people who offer the same services you are offering, or you can easily research using freelancing platforms like Upwork and Fiverr and so on and so forth. Try to find out what they're offering, try to see if you can get access to their portfolio, then design your portfolio with demand and aesthetics in mind. Now, all this is just us talking about everything we are going to be. We are just like covering, or how do we call it, giving an overview of what we are going to be doing today. So, obviously, clients are high priority competitors. Your competitors, which are your people like you that are offering the same service or like you, they are high priority when it comes to I think I repeated the clients twice. So they are high priority when it comes to building a portfolio. Those people are those people you have to actually watch when you are building your portfolio. You have to focus on the clients that are buying the services and the competitors that are selling the services like you. So those are the two things you must focus on. So sorry. So now let's talk about the importance of your portfolio. I think that's what most people really forget when it comes to freelancing. Now, your portfolio influences your client decision making. So it helps your client decide whether you should actually work with you or not. Then it influences your success as a freelancer. Then it influences how they perceive your expertise or how they feel like you are good as a freelancer. So if they feel like you are very good, obviously they are going to patronize you. Now let us talk about how it affects the decision making of your clients. Now it says 67% of clients consider a freelancer's portfolio to be one of the most important factors in their hiring decision. So when clients are hiring or trying to get a freelancer to work with, 7 out of 10 of them are looking at your portfolio. Their portfolio is one of the most important things they will look at. So only 3 out of 10 say, okay, I don't care about the portfolio. So if you have 10 people who you have talked to in the past, 7 out of 10 of them might actually not work with you because of the portfolio they saw, because 7 out of 10 of them cares so much about your portfolio and it influences their decision making. Another one is freelancers who actively maintain and update their portfolios are 30% more likely to secure higher paying projects than those who do not. So your portfolio must consistently be updated. It's not something that, okay, because you did the portfolio 14 years ago or 3 years ago or 2 years ago, and you got a client that is not paying you on a consistent basis, you decided not to update your portfolio. Somebody like me, I did that actually, but I've been trying to like change or make some upgrades to my portfolio so that I can get more clients. So then the perceived expertise, 82% of clients view a well-crafted portfolio as an indicator of a freelancer's expertise and reliability. That is 8 out of 10, or yeah, 8 out of 10 clients look at your portfolio and they use it to range your expertise and how reliable you are. And with that said, you know that the more the customer feels like, okay, you are a better option, the more they pay you. So you can't get to $1,000 and above if your portfolio is below the 50% or the top 80% in your industry. So you have to continually upgrade your portfolio because it affects your expertise. Try to make sure that you do different things to pad your portfolio so that everybody feels like, okay, this portfolio is actually good whenever they come across your portfolio. Like I said, we have freelancer success 30% more likely to secure a paying job if your portfolio is good. Then the client decision making process, 67% of clients consider a freelancer's portfolio to be one of the most important factors in the hire decision. Then I think we have two more, which is competitive advantage. A freelancer with a comprehensive portfolio has a 40% better chance of being selected over competitors with similar skills but no portfolio. So number one, having a portfolio is the important thing. Then having a comprehensive portfolio is also another thing. There are people that don't have portfolio out there. They just think that, okay, if you're a freelancer, they expect clients to just work with them without a portfolio. That is not going to work. In fact, send a portfolio whenever you are reaching out to a client. This is what I have that relates to what you do. This is okay. Sorry, don't let me just jump into that. We are going to be talking about proposals later, how to send proposals, or how to talk to clients later. Let's just focus on competitive advantage, conversion rate. So conversion rate. Freelancers who showcase their work through an online portfolio can experience up to 20% higher conversion rate from inquiries to actual bookings. So that also affects the rate at which you convert your clients, or sorry, your inquiries to customers. The people who ask you that, okay, I want to work with you. If you have a good portfolio or an online portfolio, I think I will also let's move into the practical aspect. As soon as we move into the practical aspect, I'll explain all of these things. So then the final thing is, please subscribe on YouTube. Make sure that you subscribe so that you get notified. I don't want to start messaging you on WhatsApp all the time. When you subscribe on YouTube, you're going to see a video that has a link beside it. You click on the link, you register, and you get notified. You join the waiting room on WhatsApp. You get notified immediately the class starts. Okay, so now let's share. Let me share some of my experiences personally uh, from uh, from freelancing myself and my portfolio. So I'm going to do that as soon as possible. Hold on, please. Let's see. I think we are going to start with window. Let's start with window. Okay, so let's just do this. This is going to be a little bit complicated. I know it's going to share a kind of. Let's see if everybody is seeing this. Okay, I'm waiting for. I'm trying to check if it's very clear to everyone. If everybody can see the screen. So I'm confirming if everybody can see my screen at the moment. Once I can see that you can see my screen, then okay, good. Uh, Good. Okay, so this is one of the first. I'm ashamed to share this actually, but this is one of the first projects I actually worked on. A social media marketing agency, a social media advertising agency. I don't know, just a social media agency. So SME, obviously, and that was one of those things that was very common among. Let me just leave it like that. Don't let me change anything so that it doesn't look like I'm using some of my how to call it, my most recent knowledge to adjust my portfolio. So this was what I had before, and this was what I was sharing to clients if they wanted to work with me. Look at this. This is an example of a web copy. This is terrible. This is terrible. In retrospect, this is terrible. But at that point in time, I was feeling like this was really good. This was nice. And I wrote this for a client, and the client paid, I think at that year, the client paid 150 to 200 Canadian dollars, I think, paid Canadian dollars for this. It was a Canadian client. And obviously, it was talking about all these people that uh, that it was during that period when a lot of young people, if I think it's still now, a lot of young people want to set up their own SMME because there was a guy Mangazi, I think, at one point in time that was making over $2 million a month from being running a social media marketing agency, and they were running TikTok, they were running different marketing agencies, and the people were buying his courses then. A lot of young people across the US, the Canada, and Europe were buying his courses then. So majority of them wanted to start up their own agency. And this guy reached out to me and was like, I need a landing page for my agency. I need a home page for my agency. And I said, okay, I would like a copy for the home page. And this was the rubbish I wrote out for him. And obviously, this was my portfolio to the guy. And the funny thing was, there was a particular group I joined then. This was exactly how all of them kept their portfolio. This was everything all of them were doing. And I was wondering, how do I do this and it will make sense to the client? Then I decided that okay, let me just think about it. What does the client really want? The client that messages you and says, okay, I want to work with you to write web copy. I want to work with you to build a copy for my web page. I want to work with you to build a copy for my website. What is the client trying to buy? If I present this, this is not giving the client the idea that they've already bought a web page. So it's just giving the client the idea that okay, this is the copywriting. So I thought to myself and I felt okay, what the client actually wants to buy is a website. They want to see that okay, this is my website, this is a copy on my website, and that's what the client wants. So I decided to look for one to go ahead and try to start working with Canva. That was when I think that was at the point when Canva started working with their website design and PDF part. So I decided to create a kind of mock-up version because I noticed that majority of designers have mock-up of their designs. So when they create designs, they don't just create designs alone, they create a mock-up. So why don't I create a mock-up of my web copy when selling it out to a customer? So I upgraded or what I thought was an upgrade, I upgraded it to this. So whenever a client reached out to me, I always share them this URL to my how do we call it, to my web copywriting portfolio. And basically, what I did was any copy I wrote for a client, then I would take it instead of just leaving it like this. I would take it and put it on a PDF file. I would design it and put it on a PDF file. Try to like work on a design. I'm a very terrible designer, but I still use those to actually move to the next stage. Where I started getting clients that were paying 300, 400, 500. So let me just show you this. So if you're a web copywriter, this is actually very good for you. If you're a copywriter, this works well for you. Now, compared to the previous page I just showed you, compared to this would actually convince a client to actually work with you better than that. Because this shows the client, okay, this is what this boy can do or what this freelancer can do. So I did something like this then, which is terrible. but I just went to I went to Canva and I decided designed something like this. I just picked something randomly and I designed it into this. So to some people, this is actually really nice. But I have upgraded myself. I've changed my portfolio from just showcasing this to showcasing this. This is what the client wants to see, right? The client wants to see a website. What they want to buy is website copywriting service. But what they want to see is that copywriting service on a website. That is the most important thing. So once you can showcase it on a website, then you are selling the client faster than sending this. The client can already see, okay, this is the end result of what this guy is doing for them. So basically, if you show them this, then you sell them faster. If you are a designer, you know that mockup sells faster. If you are a video editor, you know that previous videos that you've edited works faster. If you are a UI UX designer, you know that prototypes work faster, not just pages. Prototypes work faster because when a person wants to reach out to you and wants to buy a UX a UX or a UI design services. They don't want to see pictures of the pages you worked on before, PNG of the pages you worked on before, or they want to get you to work on an app with them. They don't want to see pictures of the pages you worked before or pictures of the pages of an app you've worked before. You might get clients that pay you $1,500 for that, but once you start showing prototypes that they can engage with, that they can interact with, then they pay you more. So they see that okay, they can interact with this thing, and this is something you've worked on. Probably you even introduced a little bit of what do they call it, prototyping services into it. So you're able to create prototypes, create workflows between your prototype, and they can easily click on it and interact with the design you created. It automatically they feel more comfortable working with this person, and you can easily justify your price. You can charge 2,000, 2,500, 300, $3,000 a month. So going the extra mile actually works when it comes to presenting your portfolio. This is also a level that I got to actually, and I started thinking, okay, when I started learning about SEO and started working on SEO, I started thinking about modifying it into a website. Obviously, this was the next stage I moved into. I started thinking of upgrading it into a website where I can showcase everything. So this is a website basically that I built on, I think, sites.google.com. I moved to site.google.com after showcasing my portfolio in sorry after showcasing in a PDF. Please confirm that you are here. If you are watching the class and you can hear everything I'm saying, please confirm that you can hear everything I'm saying so that I just don't end up talking into the wind. So confirm that you can hear everything I'm saying. You can just leave a comment, leave an emoji, whatever you leave is fine. Enola Habib, good evening. Okay, so I think I have one person who has confirmed. I'm good to go if I have just one person confirmed that they are here. One person that confirms that they are here. I'm good to go. So we have the this is what I moved into. Then I decided that okay, this is not going to work because when it comes to SEO, there are some things you have to actually work on, or people need to be able to interact with each one because here they can't interact with every other thing. It's only this PDF file that they can interact with. I would have to you have to go back here and click on the social media agency to interact with the social media agency design that I did. So I just moved everything from that particular page. Look at this now. This is that post social media agency. I think this is the post social media agency. Now imagine this and this. Which one do you think is going to convert the client faster? Is it A or B? Which one? This is B. This is B. This is some of the things I did for them. So this is A. So now this would actually take a lot of time before it can convert a client into a customer because the client can't understand what I just did. Especially when the client is somebody who doesn't really know what's going on. They are how do we call it? They are new. Or they just know that they want a website, but they don't know that okay, this is the first thing. You have to write a copy for them first before they have a UI UX designer or a designer, a web designer to build a website. So this actually takes it a step further, showcasing the copy that you wrote. So if you're a website copywriter, this will actually convert a client faster. So I would advise you to actually move your website copy into something like this if you are creating a portfolio out of it. If you are giving it to a client or having a client, you can give this to the client. But if you are creating a portfolio out of this, either you wait for the client to finish with the design or you create something like this and you sell it. So then I moved to this, I migrated to this, and then I think finally, recently, I just decided I don't really spend so much time on my website. That's when I decided to work on this. I just decided to work on my own personal website, and this is still something lazy because I did not even spend any time on it at all. Once I had something basic going on, I just left it. So now, the most important thing is navigation, obviously. When it comes to your website, we talked about navigation, I think. We talked about navigation, we talked about building a portfolio. Okay, so I've discussed how to create a standout portfolio that showcases your skill. You've looked at your compeers or your mates and you've seen what they were doing. You've seen the designs they were doing. You've seen that this is when I started. This is what everybody was sharing as their website copy when I started. Whenever you ask everybody what's your copy, they send you to a Google Doc file. That's what they send you to as their portfolio. So I decided that okay, compared to every other person that was presenting their portfolio as a WordPress, a Google Doc file, I would actually upgrade mine to a doc, a PDF doc where there is a visual representation. And one of the things I actually learned over time was instead of you to just do this, if you don't know how to design yourself, you can actually write that copy, reach out to a designer, somebody who is a web designer, who is a graphic designer, who is trying to like build a how do we call it? Who is trying to like build a who's trying to like build something for themselves as well. Somebody who is a graphic designer who's trying to build like their own portfolio as well. So you can give them your copy, they build it, both of you share the portfolio. You have a shared portfolio. So those are some of the ways you can actually make sure that your designs are working. So then, I said your design, your portfolio is standing out from your competitors. I knew that everybody had this. This is what everybody had in the group I joined or the community I joined. This is what everybody had. So I upgraded mine to this. And finally, I moved to this, which is like a Google Doc file. Then last but not the least, I moved to this. Now there are many of you that have your portfolio on Behance free website. Obviously, that doesn't how do we call it? That doesn't separate you from the rest of everyone. Every other people has Behance. So why don't you have your own website? Create your own website. Maybe build a just find domain names about maybe $15 to $20 a year to get an hosting service is also maybe $15 to $25 a year. So by the time you spend about around 40 $50, you have the website for a whole year. And for somebody who wants to make $1,000 a month, I don't think that's a big investment. And that is one of the reasons why I said I would like a class where at least everybody's earning between 100K to 400K, because you have that's about $50 about I think $50 is about 75,000 naira. So you can easily try to like okay, get a domain. Maybe you get a domain first, or you get a hosting first. Most hosting services comes with free domain. There are many hosting services that come with free domain. Or you can buy a domain in Nigeria. You can buy a domain in Naira. A domain in Naira will be about 15,000 to 20,000 naira. Don't buy .ng. Buy .com.design. If you are a design firm, buy .design. If you are a marketer, you can buy .com. If you are so just buy something that relates to you, your name or your brand name. Create a brand name around yourself, maybe your name generally. What do I have here? I think I have Eniola Habib. If you're a designer. Adetunji Moses .com. If you're a marketer, just create something around it, and then you can either go to Webflow. I think I have Webflow out there. So I think I have Webflow here. Webflow has some templates. I'm going to look at some templates that you can easily use on Webflow. Let's see. Okay, so I'm not sure if you have. Let me just type in this. I can't start looking for resources. Okay, yeah, you have templates here. Templates is in resources. So you can easily look for a portfolio website. Let's just look for portfolio. If you're a photographer cannot be. Let's look for project management, or let's look for designer, graphic designer, or UI designer. So we pick a portfolio here to give us an idea of something you can actually have out there. If you're a UI designer, you can have different portfolios, nightclub website, stand-up club website, portfolio. Let's just click on portfolio. I don't think this one is going to show portfolio. So you can easily have, can you see? You can have digital designer. This is $149. So you don't need to buy this actually. If it is WordPress is quite cheap to actually set up. Webflow is not that cheap, but WordPress is actually quite cheap to set up. And Webflow is modern. So if you're a designer, you know it's very important. It's pretty important for you to have something modern out there compared to marketers. Marketers can have something rubbish, and as long as it's online, is you have a domain, it's a little bit standard, and it doesn't have to be super standard as a marketer. And you can do that. You can put that out there. If you're a web developer as well, you need something very 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 nice. So these are very very nice designs out here. So if you're a designer, use your skill on yourself. Design something really nice on yourself. Try immediately the client comes to your profile or comes to your website. Let them start seeing your skill just by your designs, even of your own portfolio. Start showcasing that from there. So that is one of those things that convince the client to actually buy from. I think we talked about that in how it sets up your expertise, how it makes you quite different from others, how it helps client to make a decision to buy or to patronize you and stuff like that. So you can obviously check here for ideas. I think I'm going to also come back here and look for ideas and try to like upgrade my website as well. So the most important thing then is now look at my recent copy that I started writing. I'm going to like If I wanted to share this with the client, this is one of the things I shared with a recent client I think I work with, and this is the copy for the page. Now compare this to this. This might not work for a client, but this would work at this level. This would actually work. So these are some of the things that I have learned over time. I have managed over time. I have learned how to work with designers over time. And even no matter how great this is, it still doesn't beat this particular get cross product music promotion and funding with track lift. This is it right here. So by the time a designer finished the work, this is what actually came up. So this still works better as a portfolio. Sorry. So this still works better as a portfolio. This works better as a portfolio because it gives the client a visual representation of what they are buying from you. You are a copywriter, yes, we understand. But what the client is buying is not copywriting services. What the client is buying is a website when it's website copywriting. So what the client wants to see is the copy on a website. So you have to understand the difference between what you are offering and what the client wants to buy. This is what the client wants to buy. This is not what the client wants to buy. So when you have your portfolio and you showcase this in your portfolio, it is going to be a little bit more difficult for you to convince the client about your price. So if somebody writes this actually now is about $500 to $700. Now, if somebody writes this and send this to a client, the client might not see what they are trying to sell. But if somebody writes this and send it to a client, then the client can now start saying, okay, I would like to negotiate because I love what I'm seeing, but I would like to pay this amount. I'd like to pay this amount. So because of the visual representation of the copy, the client now understands what you are offering and you can justify your price. You can easily work or collaborate with a designer to build something like this. So if you're a web developer, you understand now that what the client wants is something they can interact with. If you're a UI UX designer, the client doesn't want to see screenshot of your designs. They want to see something they can interact with. When the client says they want to patronize, except you are working with an agency owner that has worked with many other clients, and you are just going to come and work with him for clients. So you understand what you can do already from the screenshot. But if you are working with somebody who is a client directly or the owner of a business directly, you know that what they want to see is this. They don't understand all those things that an agency owner understands. They want to see this. So your portfolio must be built for the client, not for yourself, not for somebody who knows about UI design, not for somebody who has been in your industry for so long, not for people like you. No, that's not what your portfolio is for. Your portfolio is for a noob, somebody who knows nothing about UI design. So this portfolio is for somebody who knows about copywriting, will understand what I just did here. Somebody who is a boss when it comes to copywriting or who has been looking at pages or UI designer will understand what I did here. They'll be able to do whatever I need to do. But those are not my clients. Those are not the people I'm looking to work with. People I'm looking to work with, this is what they understand. So make sure that you adjust your portfolio to work with this, not this. So then I think the next thing is to now let's move to knowing what to put in your portfolio. I think that's one of those things. I'm still going to use Upwork to help us decide what to put in our portfolio. So you can't just have a portfolio like this. The most important thing is making sure that your portfolio really matches the demand of the market. Not just building a portfolio entirely. Okay, let's say I'm a video editor. What can I put in my portfolio that will encourage the client to actually patronize me? You can now start trying to check the market to see what the market really wants and put that into your portfolio or build your portfolio around that. So this is the most important aspect of the class, and I expect everybody to take have full attention to this. This is the very important part of the class. So now let's look at let's just pick video editing, like I said. Okay, I think I've started video editing recently. Video editing. So let's just put in video editing, like I said. Now, a video editor can easily offer different services. Like they can offer thumbnail designs for reel designs for Instagram reels. They can offer they can offer there are different services. They can offer info videos, info material videos. I don't know what they have forgotten the name of the video. So they are info videos, they are how do you call it? They are instructional videos and so on and so forth. So the different videos actually work for different services and different skills. Video editing actually works with different things. There are many ways you can edit videos. There are those that edit videos just for advertisement alone. So it's quite different from the other. Now, when you search in video editing, I'm putting in here like, okay, I'm looking for video editing job. Don't forget, there's a filter here that actually helps you to decide if it's going to be between projects, talent, or jobs. So leave it at jobs, type in your skill or what you are offering here. If it is advertising, put it there. If it is web design, put it there. If it is copywriting, if it's graphic design, put it there. Now, when you put it there, then you check the most recent jobs. You can leave it, you can just check the most recent jobs. This is posted 1 minute ago. Or because what we are looking for is $500 to 1K, you can filter by this. Then you can check between entry level, intermediate, or expert, depending on how long you've been in the skill. But I'm not going to check on that. I'm just going to like pick the latest one. Now it says looking for a simple freelancer to create YouTube videos with screen recording, $5 per video. This is very low, but we already understand what somebody is looking for here. Now we are seeking a talented video editor, motion designer to create a high impact 60-second video ad for Meta platforms, Instagram and Facebook. The ad will promote. Now this is an advertisement video. Now you can use what I'm trying to say. So we are looking for this third one says we are looking for a skilled video editor to join our team and help with the post-production process of our YouTube videos. So now look at the services that are between $500 upward. We have YouTube video editing, we have advertisement video and motion graphics or motion designer, and we have this motion designer for adverts here, for Facebook adverts, and we have for simple YouTube again. Okay, hi, we are Telegram, the most powerful platform to manage teams. We would like to create video content. You may, okay, this is just basically content marketing videos. So now we are beginning to see what you have to fill up within your portfolio. So when you want to create your portfolio now, what are the things or what are the items that will be in your portfolio when you are creating your portfolio? You already know that these are the jobs you'll be applying for when you want to apply for jobs. These are the kind of jobs you want to look for. So your portfolio has to match those jobs. That's the smartest thing you can ever do for yourself. Try to create a portfolio around YouTube videos. Try to create a portfolio around advertising videos. Try to create a portfolio around YouTube video here. This one says content marketing. I'm not sure. This is also another YouTube video. So we have YouTube video, skill video editing started to create TikTok style content and Instagram reels in Makia. So now we understand said estimated budget $600. So you are going to check the type of your services that has the highest demand or that has the highest payment or what they are willing to pay, what people are willing to pay. Then you look for what to create towards it. Are you getting it? So you look for content to create towards. That's number one. That's the first thing. You are creating your video to make sure that it is matching the demand of the market. So we have YouTube videos, we have advertisement videos. I'm very sure that our advertisement video actually we actually charge more. It will cost more because most times advertisements actually get a lot of traffic to it, and the video needs to build conversion. It needs people to take action. So if the video is not done well, it's going to cost the business a lot of money because they're going to spending money on your video. So definitely that one will mean that advertisement video, having Meta advertisement video, having YouTube advertisement video can actually get you more. Having those in your portfolio can actually get you more clients. So then let's go to we've done that. We've tried to find demand and try to create a portfolio that matches the demand. The next step is now to find what other video editors are doing and how you can do it better. So this is for video editors, obviously. So what other video editor? Depending on your skill, video editor. We're going to change the filter to talent. So we can change the filter to talent. Let's type in video editing. So I think it should bring in video editing. Some creators. So we have how much some are charging here. They are charging $10 per hour. Okay, we still have people on YouTube. Once it's almost time to end the class. So um let's just quickly rush through the final part of the class. So once you look at we are seeing some video editors here. What we are trying to do now is we are trying to build a portfolio that we already know what skills are in demand or what services are in demand when it comes to video editing. If it is copywriting, you know what services are in demand when it comes to copywriting. If it is web design, you know what particular stacks. Maybe it is WordPress, maybe it is Webflow, maybe it is Bubble, maybe it is native. Is it native JS? I'm not sure I understand all the terms when it comes to web design and development or software development. So you can type in those keywords in the marketplace. Use this marketplace to actually you can use Fiverr as well the same way. So use this marketplace to actually find out what services are in demand when it comes to what you are offering. Then you try to create a portfolio to match that in demand services. Now we're trying to find out how to make sure that the portfolio you create is better than majority of people in the industry or who is offering the same service as you. So you have to make sure that your portfolio sets you apart from other freelancers like you. If you're already in the community, you already understand, you already see how people are doing their portfolio, so you know what you can do to improve it. But if you are not, you can easily use this platform to check. So Let's just. I'm trying to see if I'm still sharing my screen. Let's see. Is the screen still being shared? Okay, good. So let's just look at the first stop. It's always Indians mostly. So let's just look at the first stop. This is $17.5. Let's go for this. So let's go to pick one as example. Indonesia. So um um I hope we can see. Let's see if we can find the person's portfolio here. Okay, good. The person has the portfolio. This is our portfolio. This is short form, long form, Ali Abdi style hard. So I'm not very conversant with video editing industry actually. So let's just click on this if we can see the video. It's possible for us to see the video. Oof, this is a lot of flashing and everything. This is a very old version of old style of video editing. Anyways, you can see what this person is doing as a video editor, and you can see how to upgrade your. You can see how to see. You can see how to like. Is there a way I can do this to food? Okay, yeah. So we can see this video editing. You can see what this person is doing. A lot of views, a lot of flashes, a lot of bringing in things into the content. Then you can look for how to make sure if you're a video editor, you can already see a lot of mistakes. Me, I'm seeing a lot of mistakes already. There's too many flashes as far as I'm concerned, too many movements as far as I'm concerned to try to keep attention. And many people are already not interested in that. Many people, when they see stuff moving around too much, they are tired of the video. So the video is not looking very natural. Natural environment is what video is going towards right now. So, anyways, we have the idea of what this is about. If you're a video editor, then you can decide to create something that actually works better than this. Or instead of just doing this, you can easily link to your website. Once you create a portfolio that you link to your website so that people can see what you are doing. So this long form video also works the same way. You can see what this person is creating. So if you're a video editor, this is something or these are the kind of things you want to put in your portfolio or better. If you think you can do better, you put something better inside your portfolio. So basically, that is all you have to do to make sure that you create. Number one, you create a portfolio that is standing out from everyone else. Then you focus on making sure that your portfolio is actually relevant to the services that are being requested or required in the marketplace. Then you can make sure that you build a website. We've talked about everything that I talked about that I want to talk about when it comes to building a professional portfolio. But we all know that portfolio is quite important because 67% of clients consider a freelancer portfolio to be one of the most important reasons for making their hiring decision. Then freelancers who have a portfolio and who update it are 30% more likely to secure higher paying projects. 82% of clients view a well-crafted portfolio as an indicator of a freelancer's expertise. And we know that 40%, you have a 40% higher chances if you have a good portfolio and you are converting at 20% higher than normal if you have a portfolio. So all this is what we are going to be talking about today. All this is what we are going to like the class with that we are going to end the class today. So if you have any questions on Facebook, I think I have only 4 people here on Facebook. Okay, some have dropped out. Then do we have on Facebook? Okay, good. So with that being said, we have everyone here. Do you have any questions? If you don't have any questions, please let's just move on. So if you don't have any questions, we can end the class. If you have any questions, please let me know quickly. Any questions? Any questions? We have 2 minutes. Let's just wait 2 minutes for questions. If anybody has any questions, then we're out of here. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. So in the next class, we're going to be talking about using LinkedIn to get clients. That's why we're going to be going into the practical aspect of things. All this is so that your money doesn't waste or my money doesn't waste. Sorry. Because I spent money to actually get people in the class. So let's see. Any questions? We have 1 minute left. 1 minute left. Okay. 1 minute. I think we should stop sharing the screen. Any questions? Okay, with that, we can end the class. Thank you very much for participating. Make sure that you subscribe on YouTube, follow on Facebook. So, with that being said, we bring the class to an end. Thank you very much for participating. If you participated all through, If you want to like get the replay of the class, you can easily go to YouTube. But the replay will only be available for the duration of the class. After that, the class will be packaged into a course that'll be costing up to 50,000. I'm thinking of putting around 50,000 there. I think that's quite cheap for everybody. Do you have any questions here? I think I'm seeing chats here. Chats messages. The SH, oh, it starts from good evening, Adetunji Wagwan. Okay, I think we are that with that we are ending the class. Thank you very much for participating in the class. Bye bye.